morning. Good morning, everybody. Today's what? Sunday? Yes, it is. It's Sunday all day long. Sometimes the days, they run together. Sometimes I can't remember what day it is. You know. But today is Sunday. It is 8:30 a.m. Let me just jump right into this here. Today the exchange rate is 34.48. That is down from Friday when it was 34.75. The air quality is 56. That is also down from 66 on Friday. The temperature right now it's 79 degrees. The high today is 92. The low is 77, and the feel like temperature is 80. The humidity is 79%, and it's going to be partly cloudy throughout the coming week. Kind of nice day right now, but as the day wears on, it will get to be more and more hot, like always here. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, everybody. Nice to see you all here on a Sunday morning. Well, nice to hear you all. Well, I can see there's some people coming in, so good morning, everybody. Sawadee ton chow. Sawadee cup, as they say here. Sawadee ton chow. But today we're going to talk a little bit about, the rise of cashless payments and what do we think about this. And, you know, I've had it to where some places won't take cash from me. And I've just been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it a lot. I'm always thinking about it. And, I'm the kind of guy that I'm like, listen, I like to dig a hole in the ground, put all my money in there, and whenever I need, $1,000, $2,000, I'll go in and grab it. But, that's not really feasible in the ground at least. And the reason I think that way is because I don't trust the government. I don't trust banks. I'm not very trustworthy. I tend to think that the government doesn't have our best interest at heart. I think they have their own best interest at heart. And, maybe some people do. Maybe some departments do. But I'm going to say the majority, they're out for themselves. That's just what I think. I think they're out for themselves. They're not out for us. They're not, let's save Scott Mallon some money. Let's give him a good deal. I don't want him to have to pay that tax, okay? I want him to get the most out of his money. No, that's my responsibility. The government isn't going to do anything for you. Listen, the government they're not going to do anything for you. You want something done, you got to do it yourself. You want it done right, you better check it, double check it, and triple check it. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but we're also going to talk about my bucket list because I have been researching, sitting, formulating, and coming up with some things that I would like to do, places I would like to go. And I'm also I don't have it today. In the coming future, I will have the bucket list in Bangkok, which should be pretty easy to knock out. The bucket list in Southeast Asia, and the bucket list in the world. And I'm talking about maybe 20 things. Because anything more than that, I don't know that I'm going to be able to get to it in my lifetime. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting researching, looking at websites, reading stuff. And so I came up with 20 must-see places for me. Hopefully that will translate into you. Chain-owned food kiosks are now cashless only. Yeah, but the thing is that, and you listen, I saw the guy on Integrity Legal going over this, He did a video about it. And I'm always thinking about this because I'm always thinking about how I'm paying my money, how I'm receiving my money. And quite frankly, I'd rather get all my money from somebody, just from them to my hand. I know one guy, he's in Georgia, and anytime he comes to Thailand, he always goes, hey, Scott, listen, I want to give you a little something, but I never want to go through any of these middlemen. And I'm like, thank you so much. That's, listen, if I could get money from, the U.S. government, they don't transfer it right in my hand, but they transfer it to a bank, then the bank goes through the intermediary, or I just take the money out from the bank, and then I have my money. I understand that, but I think the less people that deal with you, the better. And quite frankly, cash is legal tender. How can they deny you the ability to pay with something that was made expressly for paying people? Pretty stupid. Oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna go to the grocery store and pay with crypto, except they don't take crypto. And that's the thing. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. But first, I have a couple of little news articles that I think are kind of funny, interesting. Now, the one thing, this is not funny. It is interesting, but it's not funny, and that is how I think it's 6 people now have died from methanol poisoning in Laos. I'm not sure exactly, how many, but I think it's 6. And the reason that I'm going over this is, first of all, you think about how easy it is to be poisoned like this. If you think about it, you're just some kid, you're going out there, they go, oh yeah, you want some booze here, like, get this bottle right here. You don't know what's in it. You have no idea what is in certain bottles, unless they are, and think about it, even if they're opened up, you're not sure what's inside of them. But this stuff has been going on for a long time, and in India, I think there was something like 55 people, they died from methanol poisoning a while back. I don't know exactly when it was. I don't know if I have it in front of me here. I'm trying to look. Yeah, 6 people. Carlos, how you doing? What's happening? How you feeling? The Laos government said it was profoundly saddened and is investigating the death of 6 people from suspected methanol poisoning. Police in Laos have detained the manager and owner of a hostel over the 6 travelers' deaths. I don't know exactly what putting him in jail is going to do. Ah, you're in Pattaya. Oh yeah, I forgot. I didn't even think about it, but today is the last day of the coffee festival. Listen, I think about it, and then I think, do I really want to go? And the other day I went, not really. I don't feel like going all the way out there so I can have a couple coffees, which, after you drink a couple of coffees, like 3-4 coffees, you're buzzing. You don't need any more coffee. Any more than that, and I start to shake, and, I start to be like, anyway, would have been nice to go out there, but anyway, how's things there in Pattaya? I can tell you that when 6 people die like this, really needlessly, the only thing that the government can say and the people involved can say is, we're sorry. But that never will cover it. There's nothing else they can do. Can't bring them back. They can't save them. They can't say it'll never happen again. And this is in Vang Vieng. Now, if you know anything about Laos, and you know anything about Vang Vieng, you know that is a huge uh, party city. I mean, party town. It's massive. So, when you're young, you're not thinking about that though. I know if I go to Van Vian, I'm not gonna party just because I don't want to get inebriated. I don't want to have any problems. And you know, listen, that's the thing. Have a beer. Then they got to open the beer in front of you. You know. Oh wow, Lil Wayne. You know what? I don't even know any music of Lil Wayne. I have no idea of his music. That shows you how out of touch I am. I mean, people could tell me and I could go, all right, yeah, okay, cool. And I can go and have a great time, but I still don't know who he is. I know more about La Lisa than I know about Lil Wayne. I'm sorry to say that, honestly. Fire Twins are doing well, had our 12-week ultrasound and both, oh yes, the twins. Yes, we're going to have to keep an ear out for the progress of your twins. You got Fire Dude, you got Fire Twins, you got Fire Mama, and then you have Fireworks. They're in Pattaya. The past few years, they have cracked down on the partying there. I was there last year, and it was pretty chill. Yeah, okay, it's pretty chill until it's not. That's how it works. I know it's not like it was 20 or 30 years ago. People were dying, going down the river in tubes. They were going tubing and banging their heads on rocks and dying and getting drunk. You know, the thing is you think about it, when you're young, some people don't have a governor. They really don't know when to stop, and they just keep going. You know, I'm not in town attending any loud, packed events ever again. I'm too old and grumpy. Thank you very much. Now you know how I feel. Carlos, good luck with that. If you're out there and you're in the middle of a Lil Wayne concert, I have no idea how it would be, but I have a feeling it would be very busy and very loud. And, you know, I saw a movie yesterday, and somebody did shrooms in the movie. Okay, I watched this movie with my kid. Oh, you're not going, okay, all right. You're just saying there's a lot going on there. Well, there's always stuff going on. That's the thing. If you want to be somewhere where there's always stuff going on, you can always find something to do. Pattaya is a great place for that, especially if you're coming visiting. I personally don't want to do that much stuff, and if I do something, it's not really going to be in Pattaya. I'll find other places to go. However, listen, I got to get back to this movie real quick. I just want to go through this, and then I got a couple other things, and then we're going to go on here. What is this? I can go to pretty much any village up here and find moonshine. Pretty prevalent. Who made the batch of mouse? Well, they're not very smart. Yeah, I mean, I have been, when I was in, a long time ago, about 35 years, no, 45 years ago, when I was young, we got Hawaiian Punch. I'm sure you guys remember that. I don't even know if it's still being made now, but it's Hawaiian Punch in the cans. We would buy about maybe 100 cans of Hawaiian Punch. And for every 10 cans of Hawaiian Punch, and the cans are big, they're like this big and, you know, that wide. For, I think it was 10 cans of Hawaiian Punch for 1 bottle of Everclear. Okay, we would pour all of them together. We would mix them. And then we would buy about $100 worth of fruit. Yes. We'd buy about $100 worth of mixed fruit. And we'd throw it in the garbage cans we'd had these big garbage cans we never used. And we put plastic bags in them and, taped them and then put the stuff inside of it. And we just had a couple of garbage cans full of this stuff. We'd mix it up and people would get absolutely plastered. But that was, for me, those were the days when I didn't really know a governor. It was, we've got 3 bottles of tequila. Let's see can we finish it off? We're gonna do that. Yes, jungle juice. So, anyway, that's what they do, that kind of stuff in somewhere like Vang Vieng. They used to smoke opium with the mushrooms, and of course people would drink, smoke weed. Listen, I went to Cambodia about 29 years ago, and I was like, I got some driver. I said to him, listen, can you drive me around town? I'll give you whatever you need, no problem. I don't want to have to go from driver to driver to driver. Okay, no problem. We're just about done. And he says to me, listen, you want to come to my house? Go to your house for what? Well, we'll go to my house, we'll have something to eat, and I'll give you a little something. I said, okay, sure, okay, fine. We go to his house, he brings out a big paper bag, and inside it is like a block of about this big of weed. Now, there was stems and all this other kind of stuff. But that's how easy it was back then. You go to the market, you're selling this stuff right in the market. Anyway, about the mushrooms. So, I watched the movie last night. Yes, I did. I watched the movie on my Fire Stick. Thanks, Daniel. Thanks, Teddy. It was called My Old Ass. And me and Nicholas sat there and watched it. Of course, Bo said she's going to watch it. She's running around doing stuff. She never watched it. So we sit down, we start watching it. We couldn't stop laughing because it was a girl who, she's with 2 of her friends. It turns out later that she's a lesbian, and then she thinks she's bi, and she's not sure. I didn't really care about all that stuff. But she was taking the mushrooms. So she gets fucked up. She's sitting there on a log. Her friends are wandering around doing whatever they're doing. And she looks next to her, and there's a girl sitting there. She goes, what the fuck? Who are you? What are you doing? You don't know who I am, dude? It turned out that it was her 39-year-old self. And, eventually she fell asleep. And she said, oh, I hope this girl left me her number. She was like still thinking that it was real. She looks in the phone and she sees this entry, my old ass. That was her. That was 20 years in advance. Anyway, I had to get into that because it was funny you brought up mushrooms. She was into the mushrooms. She did the mushrooms like twice because she wanted to get the girl to come back. She wanted to talk to her. She wanted to have a chat. And so, she has a little bit of mushrooms left. She gets all fucked up. And it was pretty funny. Anyway. We did the Hawaiian Punch thing with vodka and rum, fruit, put in sparklets bottles. Recovering from 2 weddings over the weekend. Chilling by the pond, that's nice. In high school, it was easier to obtain weed and beer. I remember back in high school when it was easy just to get Quaaludes. It was easier for us to get Quaaludes than it was for us to get beer. Anyway. All right. So now, it's too bad that these things have happened. I wish they didn't happen, but they did. So now, somebody's going to suffer the consequences. And I have a feeling that whether or not this guy at the hostel had anything to do with it, I have a feeling he's going to be the fall guy. So, you know, we'll see what happens with that. It's too bad, and it's very sad. And that's a good reason to tell your kids, hey, don't be drinking some moonshine. Even in Thailand. I mean, listen, I've done it. Would I do it now? No, not really. Probably not. You know. All right, so let's hope they straighten that out and it doesn't happen again. I don't know why anybody would put that shit in the booze. It makes no sense at all. All right, now, here's what we know about this. I'll just tell you real quick. 2 people were from Australia, 2 people from Denmark, 1 from Britain, and 1 from the U.S. The majority of them were 19 to 20 years old, so they were younger than my kids. And they're just starting out in life. They've got their whole lives ahead of them. They're really sad. Oh, here it is. In June, I guess June of this year, 56 people, at least 56 people in southern India died after consuming methanol-laced liquor. And if you drink more than about a shot, that's it. You're done. And supposedly this is what people who don't have much money, that's why they drink it, because it doesn't cost much. It's just like in, have you ever seen that movie, what the hell was it called? Not El Salvador. Salvador. With James Woods and Jim Belushi. And Jim Belushi is getting fucked up, and James Wood is passing him this bottle. He goes, this thing costs like 14 cents, this bottle. And they have things like that everywhere, even in the United States, even in Thailand, they have that kind of garbage, you know. So be careful if you're gonna drink, be responsible, you know. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Now, if you really want to be responsible, just so you know, a Laotian man, you know, we're on a Laotian theme today. A Laotian man has been arrested near Pattaya Beach. There you go, Carlos. I don't know if you've ever tried this. It is Kratom juice. He was arrested after midnight on Friday after he was selling Kratom juice. Now, what they're saying in here is that any Kratom at all sold as juice is illegal. I don't know if that's true or not, but the reason they generally arrest people for that stuff is because they put in children's cough medicine into the bottle and they mix it all up with the Kratom. And if it's Kratom juice, usually it's Kratom. You can have just straight Kratom, but sometimes what they'll do is they'll put some soda in there. They even put a little honey in sometimes. Most of the people that I know, I think they just use Coca-Cola. Because Coca-Cola is pretty sweet. And then they put in a little bottle of cough syrup. Children's coughs. Yeah, it's called 4x4. It's easy to get. It's good. I mean, honestly, it doesn't, like, I've heard these kids in videos and stuff like that. Oh my God, I was so wasted, man. Oh. And I'm like, you're kidding me. I don't think it's that strong. I've tried it several times. Never have I been like, man, I'm just, wow, man, like, I'm just gone. This shit is good. I've never been that way. Ever. I've tried it, you know, down in the South, just chewing leaves. In fact, I gave Nicholas a couple leaves. He chewed them. He was like, yeah, this is pretty good. But it was mild. But then you do the, they call it juice. It's tea. I call it tea. Because I used to make it. I used to get some of the leaves. I just wanted to see what it was like. And what I did was I put them in a thermos, a big thermos. Put hot water in there, kept it in there for about a half an hour. Then you drain the leaves out of there. You drain the, you separate the leaves from the juice. And you got yourself some Kratom juice. Now, some places they put in the cough medicine. And that tends to get people a little fucked up. But it doesn't, it's not like it makes them to where they're inebriated. It's not even like you're out drinking and you've drank a six-pack or two. It's not that strong. I don't care what anybody tells you. Sometimes, I think one time, out of all the times I've ever drank it, no, it's not. I think, at one time I just thought, man, I feel really tired, and I'm like, man, my eyes were burning. It's not like you're stoned. It's actually a stimulant, and if you use enough of it, Alpharetta, how you doing? Then it becomes like a narcotic, like opium, morphine, heroin, whatever, but a mild opium. Okay, this guy had 48 bottles of Kratom taken from him, which I can tell you that if people know you sell that stuff, that shit just goes, man. A lot of people use it here in Thailand. The arrest came after police received complaints from a concerned citizen about the Kratom, afraid it could affect the health of the local residents. An undercover police officer bought Kratom juice from the suspect before the arrest was made. He said Mr. Paiwan, the man who was arrested, said the item seized did not belong to him and he was only a friend of the so-called true owner, helping him out for free. But anyway, they took him down to the police station, and he didn't know his friend's real name. And they're showing here a cooler with these bottles inside of it. They usually have a 2-liter bottle, and then they have like a 550 milliliter bottle, something like that. I mean, anytime I go walk through the market, I talked about it before. Anytime you walk through the market, right down the street here. Actually, if I go down this street, there's a street right here. And sometimes I take the motorbike taxi to get home from there. On the left-hand side, there's 3 places that sell this stuff and the leaves. And some of them, I think 2 of them, they sell weed also. There's 3 right on this street. Then if you go to the market, you walk into the market, there's a guy right on the right side. The leaves are out, well, they're wide open. It's legal here. So the leaves are out in the open. 20 baht or 35 baht. And they're right next to vegetables and all this other kind of stuff. You walk a little farther down, boom, there's a lady on the left-hand side selling. You go towards the back of the market, there's another guy down there. There's another one, I don't remember exactly where he is, but he's in there. So they are everywhere. And, some people like it, some people, I mean, I don't think it's a necessary thing. You don't have to have it to be able to exist. I mean, it's not like that kind of thing where, got some gummies last night for a friend. Damn it. You have 10 huge trees. We have 2. We have 2 down there in the south. And I pulled a couple leaves off the last time I went. I go, let me see here. And then, and you know, my wife's sister goes, you gotta kind of dry the leaves out. It might take a little while, you know. I said, all right, whatever. And she ended up getting some for me. She gave me. She goes, oh, you can take them back with you. And I went, I don't want them. I can get them. If I want them, I can get them here. God damn it! Can't stop picking them. There's Kratom stalls everywhere near our place. Pretty sure they'll even deliver it. Yeah, they might. Steve, how you doing? I figured you'd know about this. Mild stimulant effect, good for driving the crazy roads here. God damn it. How is it working if you mix it with whiskey? God damn it, with whiskey. You can do it. There's no reason why you can't. It sounds to me like Fire Dude's got he's sorted out here. And this is the thing. God damn it. I just cannot stop hiccuping. All right. Steve's got it down. He's a long-time expat, longer than me. Fire Dude's got it down. And this is what I try to tell some people. If I say, hey, be a good idea you open a bank account down here in Bangkok. You got one in Pattaya, but they charge blah, blah, blah. You use that for your money, but get a bank account in Bangkok. All right, if you want to, you don't want to, you don't have to. But you know what? It makes things a lot easier. Seems to have gone away now. All right. So that's good. You know, get your shit together, get it all straightened out, and, you know, then you start learning. Oh, well, I know for me, I can get eggs in the market 47 baht, 50 baht. In the market here, they cost, in the grocery store, they cost anywhere from 70 baht to about 130 baht. Now, I can get, you know, a quantity of eggs cheaper if I buy them there, just like a small quantity, like half a dozen. I was made aware of an 82-year-old veteran here in Pattaya that broke his hip and had no money or insurance and is in a tight spot. I was asked to meet with him and assist if I can. So what is that, $6? $6 times 33, so let's say that's about 200 baht for a 12 pack. Yeah, here they're about 70 baht, 50 baht. So they're a lot cheaper here. Yeah, I'm wondering, Carlos, you know, what the story is. I mean, I don't know how you can help them, you know. You know, it would be good if you can help him in a certain way. Listen, there was a guy a while back who, I don't remember the guy's name, but he was online and he was complaining about his wife had cheated on him, and he caught her in his room with his best friend, and, you know, he didn't have anywhere to go, and it was his place. And, oh, I need some help. I don't really have any money for food. I'm starving. I'm getting to the point. And, you know, he was a big guy. I mean, you know, he was overweight. And I wrote him and said, listen, you know, I can send you some food. I got a big box here. I can send you food, mama noodles, food, whatever you need. I never heard back from him. And I went, okay. So that's how he wants to be, or maybe he doesn't want that help, you know. Maybe he wants the money. I don't know. I didn't know. I never found out. Complicated. Well, yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's those complicated cases where you got to be careful if you get involved. You know. All right, listen. Before I go on here, what was the other thing that we were? What is it? Eggs are what? $2. Will help them start getting benefits. Show them how to manage pain. No prescription. Well, there are ways around that. You know, you can get. There are certain pain meds you can get here in Bangkok. If you need something stronger, you can get them in Cambodia. I mean, you know, if you didn't have money, but I mean, they're cheap in Cambodia. Yeah, he couldn't afford, you know, his girlfriend was complaining because he didn't make enough money. They had a child together, and I'm like, listen, if my old lady brought some guy in my house, first of all, I'd probably kill them both. But that would be the last straw. You gotta have some dignity, you know. It would be like, I'm sorry, I gotta get out of here. You know, I'm gonna end up killing you both if I stay here. I gotta leave. And it's the same thing with a woman. A woman should do the same thing. And you know, you don't have a pot to piss in. So sleep on somebody's couch for a couple of nights, gather up $1,000 and figure out where to go, figure something out. That's what you got to do. Now, in this case, I don't know, because I don't know a situation or anything like that, but I'm talking about the one that I tried to help a while back. 130 baht for 30 eggs from us. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. I don't usually buy that many because we don't eat that many, but you know, it's funny because my wife has been doing meal prep lately. She buys, you know, she'll buy salmon, she'll buy pork, she'll buy whatever, and then she makes like 15 meals. And she usually puts an egg in, you know, at least 2 out of the 3. So, for example, I had like 8 eggs. I went out yesterday, bought 10 eggs. That's 18 eggs. I'm like, okay, that should last us all week. I go in, you know, last night, I go, where's all the eggs? Oh, I used them in meal prep. Now we got like 7 eggs left. I'm like, it's not enough. So, you know. Anyway, all right, let me see something here. All right, there's something about taxing in the news. There's always stuff about taxing. You know what? I don't know about you guys, and especially people not living here. If you're not living here, all right, you take it easy, Carlos. Have fun out there. Anytime I hear of taxing in the news, first of all, to me, he's a criminal. He's a criminal who got off very, very lightly. Now, he's very rich. Okay, I could probably learn, you know, quite a lot from him. But you know what? I don't really care. I don't like him. I've never liked him. He's always been an asshole and always said things that rub me the wrong way. And I just don't like him. So when I see things in the news about him, I just go, I don't want to know about him. I don't want to know about him. Apparently he got out of, you know, being in cahoots with his daughter and all that kind of stuff. They found him not guilty about that. So that's something to think about. Let's see. So, yeah, all right. Where are we? I've been doing bulk meals and freezing them. Homemade TV dinners. I even have a couple of Mexican mole poblanos in the freezer. Yeah, dude, I can't do that shit, man. First of all, I like my food fresh. That's why I come to the grocery like every day or every other day, because I buy fresh food. Now, I don't mind if, like, you know, I bought some salmon the other day. That was 1,000 baht for the salmon that was for 4 people. My wife bought 1,000 baht yesterday. Now, she put a lot of that into the meal prep for the kids. They have their meal prep. They just go and grab it, put it in the microwave, boom, it's done. For me, I like just cooking it up, boom, it's done. I got a nice meal in front of me. I made it. Very seldom does she cook for me anymore. She doesn't really cook all that much for the kids that much anymore, but you know, that's the way it goes. You're busy, you're busy. And so when we get to have dinner together, it's a joy. All right, so listen. Let me see here. If you enjoy this stream, you wanna do something, smash the like button. If you want to subscribe, maybe you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. You can do that. There's also many ways that if you want to contribute, that is financially, you can do so. You can use YouTube Super Chats, YouTube Super Thanks, the Cash App, Buy Me a Coffee, Patreon patron, blah, 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 blah. You can throw a paper airplane made out of a 1,000 baht bill and it'll get to me here in Thailand. That's about how it is now. You don't do that, but you can become a member of the site. Thank you very much to the new member that I have here. What is his name? I'm not sure why I don't remember, but let me see here. One moment, please. Florin Hanseri, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So those are some ways that you can help out. You can just go on YouTube here. You'll find me here every couple of days. That's something I'm going to talk about. And then you can, let me see here, what was I going to... Fire dude, life-changing, I'm guessing. Oh, it's a life-changing event, believe me. And you know what's funny is, how old are you, Fire dude? Slow cook a pork butt, shred it, divide it up in a vacuum seal bag and freeze it, then boil it in a bag when you want some, just as good as fresh pulled pork. Yes, we do that sometimes. We do that. 47. Oof. Dude, it will change your life. And my buddy said to me, dude, your life is never going to be the same. And I was like, get out of here, man. What are you talking about? My life has never been the same once they got born. Yeah. Anyway, with regards to the food, I pretty much eat similar things all the time. I'll eat some fish. I have burger patties. They're just burgers. I don't put them on bread. Maybe I bought some brisket yesterday. Maybe I buy some steaks. Maybe I get a couple fillets of chicken. You know, so I'm constantly doing that kind of stuff. But I don't need to make the food every single day. If I have leftovers, then, you know, if I have a leftover at lunchtime, I eat and I go, oh, there's a little bit left over, then maybe I eat it the next day, whatever, but it gets eaten. No, we're not going to talk about that. All right. Now, let me just get through this here. We're going to talk about the bucket list that I have. 20 items, 20 places, 20 things to do. Sometimes I just don't want to leave the house or eat Thai food. I make meals in bulk. Yeah, we have 2 refrigerators, 2 freezers, you know, so we're all right. And what's funny, I don't know if you know the app. It's called Happy Fresh. There used to be a Happy Fresh in Thailand, and they used to give the stuff from Gourmet Market here. And it was very easy. They were very good. It was great. And then all of a sudden, sorry, we're not going to be selling anymore in Thailand. I was like, oh, what a bummer. Dude, you haven't even been here. Why don't you come here first before you decide to buy a place? What I can't really stand to tell my wife is that I'm like, listen, I know we're here and I'm here, and you every once in a while you talk about buying a house, buying a house, buying a house. I'm like, once you buy a house, that means we can't move anywhere. We live in the house. Unless we end up renting the place out. And I'm like, anyway, I digress. Let me give you my my top 20. Well, this is 20 items on my bucket list in no particular order, and there are other bucket lists, and I will combine them at the end, but this is the one. I just wanted to think about it. Where in Thailand do I really want to go? What places in Thailand do I want to go, and what do I want to see? What do I want to do? So I thought of some places, and that's what I'm going to do. Listen, on Thursday here in Thailand, Thursday morning, I will be streaming. Thursday morning is Thanksgiving morning. That will be Thanksgiving evening back in the United States. So that's the next stream from today to Thursday. Now, with the bucket list. The thing is what I want to start doing it, even though I don't get that many views sometimes. Sometimes I do very well, and sometimes I do atrociously. It's for me. It's a better way for me. That's the way I'm thinking. Because you can make videos, and while it's a lot more work, if I want, I could take 3 days to spend 8 hours to put together a video. Or 4 days, or 5 days. I can take whatever I want. But once you have that video, you don't have to be there anymore. So that's something to think about, whereas with streaming, I have to be there. All right, what is this? Fire Dude, I really enjoyed the me times after my kids came along. Very rare, but important. I was looking at a sound list, came across a house in... I'm not buying anything. Jim, I do all the cooking while we're in Australia. My wife cooks her Thai food and freezes it. Funny. Yeah. 25 of us doing Thanksgiving together. Real turkey and all the other traditional things. Dalo, my wife ran the kitchen in a very popular Thai restaurant in the USA. She seldom ate American food. Jim, sounds like you've got a real expat community there. Yeah. Jim's very different than me. I went, I think last year or the year before that, and had Thanksgiving with, I think it was with Jono and Mr. Billy. Well, thank you very much there, Mr. Jiu-Jitsu. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's what I mean. To me, that was a pretty good video, although there were a couple little flaws in it, but all in all, that was a decent video. I thought that was pretty good, and it does horribly when it comes to views. And then sometimes I'll go, this video's shit, I just gotta get it up, man, I don't even care about it, and then it does really well. So I never understand it, Oh, I thought that was, you don't want to know what I thought it was. All right, so let me get started here. Number 20, again, this is not in a particular order. This is a region. This is not, I'm combining these because you really need to, for me, if I'm going to go down there, I want to make sure I do everything on one trip. I don't feel the need to go there all the time. I don't really want to go there all the time. But I would like to go and check it out and go spend some time there, a couple of weeks. And that is Yala, Patani, and Narathiwat. Those 3 places, that's one. I'd like to go there. Now, there are things to do down there. I don't know that you would call them extremely adventurous, but I think just being there is a pretty good start. And then there are a few places to go and things to see and food to eat and things like that. So we got to get that one out of the way. Now, I don't know if any of you have heard of Pilok, P-I-L-O-K, and Tongpapum. Tongpapum. They are both in Kanchanaburi province, okay? And actually, Pilok, I was on my way to Kanchanaburi, I don't know when it was, maybe 2 years ago, a year ago, something like that. I was on my way, and I went into this little coffee shop, and I'm sitting there having coffee. There was like one person in there, and then the guy who owned the place, it was him and his girlfriend or his wife, and he says to me, "Listen, I got a place for you if you're really," because he knew I was, I had my camera and I was doing all kinds of things. He said, "Listen, I got a place for you. Maybe you don't know about it, and you should go there." I said, "Okay, what's the name of it?" And he said, "Pilok." I said, "Pilok, I'd never heard of it before." So I forgot the name of the place for like a year. I couldn't remember. And then just a couple of days ago, I was thinking, I was like, damn it, I can't remember what it is. And Pilok is on, you go on the way, I guess, to Kanchanaburi, but you veer off, and that's where Pilok is. And then if you go a little bit farther, I think you go south, it's Tongpapum. Now, there's like an old mine in this Pilok, in this city, and there's a lot of things to do. And what's most important is there are no foreigners there. Almost no foreigners. You go there and it is not a place where you go, oh man, this place is touristy. Oh my God. I don't have too many like that on here. And if they are, then it's the kind of place where you can spread yourself out a little bit. All right, I got to go fast on these because I got to get to what I was going to talk about. All right, so Pilok and Tongpapum, which are in Kanchanaburi province. Number 2, walk across Thailand, which I've talked to Jim about, but I have done it once before. I was looking the other day, and I just found the sign that said the narrowest of Thailand, and it was on the side of the road, and I'm like, this is not the one. I want to go up the hill. So I have to find that. Maybe I have to backtrack a little bit, but there is also another place. So there are 2 places that I want to walk across the country and cross the country. That is also on the bucket list. Now, number 3, and I'm sure some of you have heard of this. You may know it. I would say there are some places that are a little bit touristy, but all in all, it's a place where you get away from people, and that is Payao. They also have a lake. There's a lake there. There's a lot of things to do. So, some people will be there, yes. But all in all, it's much better than, say, going to Pattaya, in my opinion. I mean, not as many people. You're going to be alone. You're going to be with very few people. All right, number 4, Lampang. Number 4, 5, and 6, I know you've heard of. Lampang, Pai, and Nan. So Lampang is number 4. Number 5 is Pai. Number 6 is Nan. And in Nan, I want to go kayaking, river rafting, whatever. I want to do that in Pai also. But I also want to go to the Kosuko Bridge. I want to go to that bridge in Pai. So that's something else I want to do. Number 7, Pu Kadun in Louis. That's a place to go. Number 8, Praia Nakon, Bang Sapan Noi in Prachuap Khiri Khan. Praia Nakon Cave is the cave where you go in through an entrance and then you're standing there and you look up and there's a big hole in the top of the cave and there's sun coming down right on top of a spirit house. I don't know why I want to go. I just want to go. Makes no sense to me. Number 9, Ban Rak Thai, Mae Hong Son. Let me see here. Some people call Ban Rak Thai one of the most beautiful places in Thailand. And that's kind of why I want to go there. It's a Chinese village in Mae Hong Son. That's what it's called. Charming Yunnanese village in Mae Hong Son. So, I would like to go to that. Alright, what is this here? Let me read this here. Enjoyed your recent video. Download. It sounds like I spend all my time with Farans, but that isn't the case. We only get together once a month, usually during Western holidays. Otherwise, we are with family. I'd love to have some Farang friends to talk to after a couple months. My Thai is very limited and I can feel a bit isolated. I was just a few kilometers from Kukadung. Kukadung in Lui. Alright, so I said Ban Rak Thai, that is one of the most beautiful villages in Thailand. Let me write this down here. I didn't see the note before. Yunnanese. Okay, now this one. I don't know if you've heard of this. Number 10 is 2 islands near Kochang, Kauai and Kaumak. You may have heard of Kaumak. I have never heard of Kauai, but that's one of the reasons I want to go there, because it is a place where it's not like Kochang, where you go there and there's tourists everywhere. You know, there's a 50% chance you're going to see somebody who is a foreigner and who's not Thai. Number 11, Chiang San. Chiang San, the Golden Triangle portion in Thailand. There is a museum there. I would like to go to that museum, and I'd like to go for a hike in the hills there, just like I did the very first, was it the first trip? I think the second trip when I came to Thailand. That's when I went into the village, and they were smoking opium and doing all this stuff and passing stuff around. So I'm going to see just how much it's changed. What's it like? What's it like when I get there? How's it going to be? What is this we got here? Thank God I'm part of the American in Bangkok community. Dallo, I actually prefer the company of my Thai friends. In many cases, the Farang are not people, but I socialized in the U.S. I just need a dose of America. Yeah, yeah. You and I are quite different, Jim. I saw a guy here yesterday. I see the guy every once in a while. He's like 78 years old, maybe 80 years old. He's a nice guy. He's a bit grumpy, but he's not, he isn't that way with me. But sometimes he watches my show. He'll tell me, "Oh, your show the other day was great. It was great, Scott." And then sometimes he'll go, "I've been watching your show. You haven't been up to par lately." Hey, Sammy, how you doing? All right. Send him over. Anyway, nice guy. I see the guy. I'm talking to him in the grocery store in the back. We're just having a chat. My wife and my kid come up. "Hey, how you doing?" Okay. I talked to him like 5 or 10 minutes. 5 or 10 minutes, I'm like, "Okay, see you later." That's usually what I do with people. Or I'm sitting having a coffee, and I have a coffee with them. I sit with them. Sometimes I sit with them 2-3 hours. Sometimes I sit with them for 15 minutes. I don't personally have to do it. Hey, thank you, Joe. Thank you very much. Let me give you a little thumbs up and a little American in Bangkok thing there. There you go. Wow, first of the day. Yes, I'm on my way today. I love it. Thank you very much, Joe. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Yeah, how long are you here for, Joe? How much longer? Anyway, what was I talking about? Before I forget. I don't want to lose my train of thought. Okay, I said Chandler Sand, the Golden Triangle. Listen, if you're not interested in the Golden Triangle, I don't know what you are interested in. I'm not talking about, listen, in the old days I wanted to go into Laos and I wanted to go into parts of, in some village up in, up in the north of Thailand and, hey, hand me the pipe. Let me lay down and take a couple puffs, man. I thought, okay, maybe let me do that. Nowadays, I'm like, nah, I don't want none of that shit. I don't want to go to jail. So, it's enough to go to a museum. That's fine. I don't want to go to jail. No going to jail. Sammy, how you doing there? All your boys are coming in here. Best Dad, Tex Machina, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're loving it. Well, that's what you should do when you're here and you're visiting. You should love Thailand. Now, I hate to say this. I don't mean to burst a bubble. Visiting and living here are much different. Visiting, who cares about all the negative? You have a good time, you come, you do your thing, and you go back home. It's fantastic. Off to the Philippines for a month or so in a couple of weeks. You should have a good time there, Joe. You should have a very good time. Again, the Philippines is very fun, just like Thailand, and you can have a great time there. And, a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, boom, you get out of Dodge, you go home. I can't wait to go back. Okay. Now, if you're living here, that's when you start to see not only the positives, but you see the negatives also, and you start to go, and I'll tell you what I do now. Does it affect me? Does it bother me? Jim, thank you very much. Wow. Got my pension deposit early due to a holiday. Have a Thanksgiving meal on me. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Choke D to you, Jim, and yours. Choke D to you and yours. Scott and everyone back home in Australia after a month in Thailand. A month in Thailand. Sounds good to me. $20 hype in the chat. Yes, I reckon I enjoy going to Thailand because I know I'm going back to Oz in a couple of months. Well, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. I'll talk about it when I get to my other bucket list, but let me finish this bucket list. I got to get this out of the way. Yep, mostly Bangkok and Kanchanaburi. Kanchanaburi is fantastic. I've been all over there. I have not been to Pilok, which is where I want to go. All right, I said Koh Wai and Koh Mak. Now, I said Chiang San, Chantaburi, in Chantaburi province. A lot of gemstones there, a lot of things going on there. Not many people go there for some reason. I don't know why, but I want to go there. Oh, did I do this numbering? Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. All right, what happened to number 20? Well, we got number 20. Let me just tell you about it here. Let me tell you a little something here. The next one, called Kratom, in Trang province. one of the islands. I picked out a couple of islands that most people have not heard of. Very few people have heard of them. And then I picked a couple that, like, I got on this list here, Kolanta, Kolipe. Some people, you know, who know about Thailand, they know those islands. Now, those are still islands where not many people go compared to somewhere like Koh Samui. I don't want to go to Koh Samui. I've been there. I don't need to go there again. You know? I can't keep up here. Smash the like button. Yes, I don't know any of those places, but sounds good. Well, just like you in Japan. I do want to go to Japan. That is on my bucket list. But this is just Thailand only. I am living in Asia full-time now. Not sure where to settle yet, though. Oh, I didn't know that. Wow. That's awesome. Really, that's really good. Now, here's one that you may not have heard of. Kratom in Phang province. That's what you got. Kratom. Let me see something here. I forgot. Why did I want to go there? I didn't write down the reason why, but let me write it down here, and I'll tell you why. It's near Surin Island, and you can definitely escape the hustle and bustle of life there. I think you gotta go to Phuket, no, Sapanpla Pier. Oh yeah, what I noticed is I think it's 600 baht just to get into the island. You have to pay for the entry fee for the island, which, whatever. You gotta do it, you gotta do it. But it's a very natural beauty. It's the kind of place you go. You don't go there to go party, and you really don't go to do that. You go there to see the sights a little bit, walk around, you know, have these. I should go there with my wife. It's Thailand's Serengeti. It's an unseen destination in Thailand's tourist attraction. I thought there was a reason. There was one reason why, but okay, I can't find it. So let me get back to this here. So I said that Kolipe, Kolanta, Koh Ngai. That is in Krabi. I'm not really sure about that. I'm going to have to double check on that, Koh Ngai. But it's another one of these islands that most people don't know about. Koh Pratang, Koh Ngai, Koh Wai. Most people, they don't know these places, and they're probably never going to go to them. So that's why I want to go. Because I've been to most of these other big islands. I've been to a lot of the big islands. I've been to a lot of islands in Thailand. You know, and I was like, man, I really want to go back to Khao Lak. And I just thought, I've been there. I did it during the COVID. Was all alone there. I think if I go there, I'm going to be disappointed just because there's too many people there. All right, now let me look here. Because, yeah, here we go. I didn't put some of these on here. Oh, the next one, sorry. In Nakhon Si Thammarat, Pi Mai. Is it Nakhon Si Thammarat or is it Nakhon? I thought it was, let me see something. There's a historical park. It's Nakhon Ratchasima. I didn't mean to put Nakhon Si Thammarat. But they have the ancient town of Pi Mai and the ruins of Prasat Pi Mai. It is probably the best kept and the most interesting of the Khmer ruins. this is the particular spot. It's supposed to be the spot. So that's why I want to go there. Now let me see something here. What did I do? Did I take those out of there? What did I do here? How did I Pilog, the walk, Payao, Ampang, Pai, Nan, Pakading, Raya, Nakon, Banraktai, Kauwai, Pamak, Chiang Chantaburi. Oh, yeah, I skipped, I didn't have one. So I got to figure it out here, which one is the one that I liked. But Pimai, that's the kind of place to me that I would go, and I would probably take my time because I don't want to be out in the sun all day long. I just don't want to be. So if I go early in the morning, then I go have something to eat, and maybe I go back in, and I do that like 2 days, that'd be all right with me. Now, I talked about Komak. And let's not forget Kalmuk. That's another island. And people get it mixed up with Kalmak. Kalmak, Kalmuk. Kalmuk, Kalmak. So that's a place. That's one of the places that I have been thinking about. And so these are 20 places where, you know, like maybe the way that I'm going to do it is in 1 month, maybe I'll go to one place and, you know, I'll get a couple videos out of it and I can take my time on it. I can make it how I want. I can do, and you know what? If I get few views or many views, I would like a lot of people to look, okay, great. But whatever happens, happens. It's just for me to be able to go there and have a good time and then show you, because I don't want to be, you know, sitting in a coffee shop all the time. Here we go, 9:44. Perfect timing. Let me see here. Let me do this real quick. So anyway, that's my bucket list. Sorry. Yeah, let me just close this stuff here so I can focus. Pimai, Bunrak. Does anybody spend time in the Peachit area? I went through there, but I don't really remember much about it. So, 20 should be Bannock Springs Wildlife Recreation Area, and I did read about a national park in Chayapum. I do remember reading that, and for some reason I thought I don't really want to go there. I don't know why. It might be really nice. That's the thing about picking 20 places. 20 places for me would probably take me at least 2 years to get through. But as I said, listen, I could make up a Bangkok one, and I could probably do that in a couple of months. If I had 20 places in Bangkok, I could do it in a couple of months, probably. If I did 20 places in the world, now that might take me a couple of years. You know, I mean, if I do 2 or 3 places on the list on one trip, and I do one trip, maybe 2 trips a year, it's still going to take me probably 3 to 5 years. Now, if I did one in Southeast Asia, you know, it's like, then I start getting to the point where I go, okay, it's nice to be able to go to these places. It's nice to have a good time. It's nice to schedule all this stuff, but you have to think about how much it costs. And some of these are actually not very expensive. Like walking across the country is not very expensive. certain things here are not all that expensive. And that's what makes them worthwhile, because you don't need a whole lot of money to do them. So, and as far as in Bangkok goes, I don't know if I got 20 things left to do in Bangkok, to be honest. I'm sure I can do it. I can find 20 things. 20 things that I really like, I don't know. 10 maybe. So that's probably the next thing, because what I can do is I can do one of those every couple of weeks. I can go on one trip every couple of weeks. That gives me like 4 or 5 videos. I can do a stream once or twice a week. No, I don't know, but I do remember seeing something in Chayapur. Then it's like, I asked my wife, you want to go to Pilok with me? She goes, why? I said, because it's a new place. Let's go check it out, see what it's like. She goes, you know what? I just want to relax at home. And unfortunately, I understand what she means. She goes to work, she comes home, then she's like, I just want to lay on the sofa and watch TV, or I got things to do. I got to do the laundry. I got to cook for the kids and you, and I got things to do. I don't really know how I feel about people coming with me. To be honest, I really don't. I haven't thought it through. Because I can do it on my own, like, very quickly. I don't have anybody, I understand maybe some people, they're going to be great travelers and everything like that. I just don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I thought about it with Jim, and then I think he was like, oh, well, maybe I'll bring my wife. And then I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Now we're getting up to where we're going to have a bunch of people, so I don't know. I got to think about that. You couldn't keep up with me. Oh, Jesus. Okay, whatever you said. I didn't know it was a competition. I didn't know we were competing. And I am, 15 years older than you? 20 years older than you? So that I wouldn't say that counts for a whole lot. Ugh. Listen, I got to tell you something. I had said to Bob, Pattaya Bob, hey, Bob, maybe I could think about walking to Pattaya. I started looking at the different ways to go to Pattaya. It's not that I go fast. It's that I don't want to have to wait for someone else to think about something or do something, or I just don't want the extra logistical things. I don't know, though. I really haven't thought about it. Asked my ex, do you want to hold hands? And she said, why? Listen, I did that to my wife once. We were sitting at a table, and I grabbed her hands, and we were holding hands. I held her hands. And she just looked at me, and she goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm holding your hand. What do you think? Your hands. Why? I was like, I don't know. I thought it was nice. Yeah, but we're like past that romantic stuff. And I was like, okay, I guess, I always give her a hard time about that. Listen, on any trip I do, I always think, do I need anybody with me? Do I really want to be with anybody else? Or do I just want to be by myself? I don't ever know. I always got to think about it. I'm not really being serious, Scott. I mean, I would do it, but I'm not really asking you to walk across it. You're not? Why not? You don't want to go with me? I don't know, man. All right, listen. I got to get to this other stuff that I wanted to talk about, which was the digital currency stuff. Digital currency, cashless, not really digital currency, it's more about the cashless society. Because it's I would say when places, there's the Starbucks here, the Starbucks that I used to go to, they told me before, you have to pay with a digital, what do you call it, cashless. You have to pay with QR code, or you have to pay with a credit card. And I'm like, I just want to pay with cash. No, we don't accept it. I'm like, what do you mean you don't accept it? That was like 2 years ago. Made me think, man. Really did make me think. I love not considering anyone when I'm traveling. Thank you. That's it. I mean, I'm already coming to grips with considering my wife, but she tells me sometimes, no, I don't want to go. I'm like, why don't you want to go? Because she just wants to stay home and rest and recuperate, relax. She would have to take a week off and then, like, go 3 or 4 days. That's what she would do. My wife only holds hands when she is walking on rough terrain. Yeah, when she doesn't want to fall. My wife doesn't like showing affection in public and not as much in private anymore. What I kind of find is funny is they think it's like, well, they know. Like for me, mine already knows. She knows that if she wants something from me, I'm gonna give it to her. So she knows it's a given, you know. A couple places in the MRT Metro Mall only takes digital money. Joe, a lot of people like traveling alone. It has its ups and downs. Yes, it does. And the thing is, I used to do it all the time, and now, you know, listen, I think about it sometimes, and I think, why do I want somebody to go with me, or why do I want a handful of people to go with me? And then, you know, usually I go, all right, you know what? It's just me. I'm the one who's conjuring up all these thoughts, and, you know. And I went to Vietnam and I met my friend over there. You know, I've traveled with him before, but, you know, and he's a very seasoned traveler. But, you know, I was thinking to myself, I thought, Jesus Christ, I got to go to Vietnam with him. I'm like, I don't know about this. We get there and everything was fine. There was no problems. I didn't really think there would be any problems, but I don't know what I thought. You know, I don't know what I thought. I honestly, I just think, what are we gonna do? What it is logistically, you've got to spend energy to figure out a way for more than one person to do something. You know, if it was just me, I just go, I'm gonna go. I just pick up a bag and go. If I got to do something with somebody else, I have to think, okay, so how are we going to do this? What's the best way? Can we take a taxi to get there? When we were with him in Vietnam, we had to take like a Blazer, what do you call it? You know, like a Fortuner or something like that. We had to take a bigger taxi because we couldn't all fit in the taxi. That's what I mean. I'll go with you on YouTube streams and give you more support. You overthink nonsense, Scott. Your mind can be your worst enemy. Yeah, but it helps me sometimes too. I know I overthink things. I know I over-contemplate and you know, but sometimes it helps. Sometimes it helps me think about things that some people might not be thinking about. So, all right, so this thing about the cashless society, what I'm wondering is, see, because when you think about it, when you think about a cashless society, there is if you were to ask, is there room where the Thai government or U.S. government or whatever government it is, is there room where the Thai government can track you? They can look at everything you're doing, figure out what you're doing, where you're doing, how you're spending it. Yes. The truth is, yes, they can. While there is no overt evidence of widespread surveillance, at least not here in Thailand, maybe in the United States there is. The centralized nature of digital payment systems here in Thailand, it means that the government has the capability to track your transactions. They can figure out exactly what you're spending. So the people who are really worried about privacy, you might want to exercise caution. And to be honest, I have thought many times, and sometimes I've done this, where I just had gold. I didn't have cash. I didn't have money. I had a little bit of cash. And, you know, of course, I had a little bit of cash in the bank. Everything looked normal, but I didn't have much money. But I had gold. I talked about this before. I always had 7, 8 baht of gold. And I would take 1 or 2 baht of gold, and I would take it, go, boom, I'd cash it. Now, the thing is, you still got to move your money to a bank usually to get the money. So, no matter how you slice it, they're going to be able to figure out what you're doing. Then I'm like, well, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything wrong. Okay, that's the argument. You're not doing anything wrong. Well, they shouldn't be able to do that. They should not be able to track you for any reason. Funny, I was just thinking that I overthink stuff. I don't care. I overthink, I underthink sometimes. It doesn't really matter. Gallo, overthinking stuff is my worst enemy. You like Nike and just do it. Cashless equals Big Brother. Yeah. The government wants the ability not only to track you, but turn your ability to transact with the push, turn off your ability to transact with the push of a button. I don't know, you know, like maybe if you're a person who is worthy of their attention, that's why I don't ever want to be worthy. If I have any money, I want that money hidden. When I have this, I want it hidden. I don't want it out there. I want it locked away somewhere. I don't want anybody to know about it. Not in the ground, but, you know, I have done things before where I put things in cash safety deposit boxes and stuff like that. And it made my life a lot easier. I didn't have to explain anything to anybody. When buying a phone, they log your name as the owner of the SIM. They can track you with this. Yes, but you can get a card that you don't have to have it. What's it called? What's that phone called? Let me see what it's called here. Let me check this out real quick. Yeah, Unplugged. I'll give you the name of a place. Here you go. Buying a phone, I talk to many people in my Pigeon Thai, blah, 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 blah. Yes, government, Robert. When buying a phone, yeah, okay. They want to track you. Well, you carry a tracking device with you everywhere you go, thus you are already tracked. That's tracking us. I wouldn't be so paranoid if people would stop talking about me behind my back. All right, what is this here? Hang on a second. Why is this locked up? Specifically talking about payments. When I hand you cash, no one but me, and you know about it. Not so with digital currency. And think about something. They do that now. You get traced. Listen, if you're doing Bitcoin online and stuff like that, most of the time, they know. They know what's going on. And you know, these places have to submit your paperwork if you do a certain amount every year, you know. So you're listen, there's no way to hide anymore. I hate to tell you this. I would say probably 1 out of 1,000 people could stay hidden for say a year. 1 out of 1,000, maybe even 10,000. Somewhere along the line, you're going to slip up. You know. Let me see this here. Nobody said anything about the phone. Come on. There's your phone for you right there. It's got a thing there that, you know, completely turns you off. They cannot come after you. Founded by Eric Prince. You know, then I start looking at this stuff and I just go, you know, most of the time, this kind of stuff is the kind of stuff that they're trying to get you to spend money to buy the stuff, even though that the chances are you're still going to be tracked. They can figure out a way to track you. Oh God, my phone is, not my phone, my, hang on a second here. Monero is the solution to CBDC. There's a CCTV everywhere. I wish I was important enough to be tracked. I don't think anyone is bothering to track. Well, that's how I think, Dowlow. I don't think anybody gives a shit about me. You know, what's funny is that that Mr. Billy, 2/4 Korean, Longhorns, whatever you want to call him, he never had a phone. He never used a phone. He came to Thailand and they were like, yeah, do you have a phone number with that? We need your phone number. I don't have a phone. Well, then you can't do it. And he was pissed because he had to get a phone. He didn't want a phone. He had a tablet and that didn't work for him as a phone. I have no idea what Monero is. The phone has become the metaphorical chip in your head. He might know what it is. Yeah, he might know. Although I can tell you that my wife has Bitcoin, and she asked me the other day, can you get Binance here in Thailand? I said, yes, you can. She's like, well, you should, you know, sign up with it and then get some Bitcoin. And I was like, oh, man, you know, they can't track me now. I'm wearing my tinfoil in my head. Yeah, well, I tell everybody my name's Scott Mallon, but really it's Jose Garcia. They don't know who I really am. But they would keep me in jail until I cracked, I can tell you that. I mean, it would be nice if I could. When I first came to Thailand, I always carried around cash in my pocket. Usually I had at least 10,000 baht in my pocket. Maybe I would have 30 or 40,000 in my pocket. And sometimes what I did was I put, like 25,000 in the left pocket, and I put, say, 5,000 in the right pocket. And then when I needed some money, I'd go into my right pocket, I'd pull out the 5,000, I'd give out, 1,000, 2,000 baht, whatever I needed. And I would only transfer the money to my right pocket because I would never pull out my left pocket. Because then they could only see what I had in my right pocket, so they would think, oh, that's where he keeps his money. And that was what I did all the time. There was no Bitcoin. I really didn't pay with credit cards. There was no QR code. It was bank transfers. So, generally, I paid with cash. And I think about it now, and I'm like, listen, if I go to Starbucks and I say, listen, I have no way of paying you other than cash, and they tell me you can't pay us with cash, and I say, well, yeah, it's legal tender, I can't. Believe me, they don't care if it's legal or not. Bitcoin has gone crazy high lately. Yes, I know. They can still track you. They can't see what you're thinking. Thank you very much there, Dowlo. Woohoo! I like it. Thank you. Thank you very much. 28 bucks. Can I crack 30 today? I think that's the most I've made this month. That's pretty good. Thank you, guys. All I would say is I need $1.79 plus, which is like plus, what do they give you? They take, what do they take, 45%? No, they take, online I think they take 30%. So I would need about $3 so that I stay over $30. So if anybody wants to give me $3, thank you in advance. That way I hit 30 bucks for the first time and I get 1,000 baht today. Whoa, big money. We like to see that. I was surprised to see they rejected my cash at Starbucks. Also at Bear House Boba Cashless. I don't know what Bear House Boba is because I never get into that boba drink kind of shit. But Mr. Billy the other day came, he gave, what was it called? Something Bear House, Booby Bear House, or Bear House something. I can't remember the name of it. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're the man. You are the man of the day because, well, you too, Robert. You guys are men of the day. I love it. Everybody who's made a contribution today, thank you very much. This is the high of the month today. 36 bucks. So you guys are making me rich here, which is pretty damn good. So thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. There goes, there's some girl, she's been at that grocery store for, God, probably 10 years. She's like 6 foot tall. She's a good looking girl, got a nice body. And every time I go in, she always smiles and says hello. And so, whenever I see her, I always say hello, and she just walked by. There's a couple girls in the grocery store, like there's cashiers at the grocery store. I come in and they go, you come in here every day, do you eat all this stuff? And I'm like, no, I don't eat all this stuff. I'm like, I got a family, I got to feed all these people. You're well over 1,000 baht now. Yes, lucky me. I love it. Thank you very much. And that's going to help me this month. Usually I think this month is not all that good because it's the month before Christmas and people are trying to buy their Christmas presents. I don't know. Listen, you were talking about money, digital money. Well, this is all the money that comes to me online is digital, right? But when I first started this 11, 12 years ago, it's almost 12 years now. I think it was 11 years and 9 months ago, but I started. And I got paid exactly like I do now through Google, okay. But once I started streaming, that's when things were a little bit different. And they've got, there's 50 different payment services to use. But in the very beginning, I couldn't believe it. I was making $700, $800, $1,000 some months for videos. No streaming. I don't think there was any streaming when I first started. And I was like, man, this is great. It's fantastic. I love it, man. A little extra money here. Yeah. It really helped. You don't make that now. It's not like it is now, but that's all right. Whatever. All right, so where the hell was I? What was I? I didn't even know what I was talking about. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know what Monero is, but Monero, okay, good. There's that unplugged phone, which, I don't know exactly what the deal is. I have to really look at it. If you ever look at the Sean Ryan show, which I like his show, he's always pushing that. And here's another thing. Everybody's talking about, oh, in Thailand, they're going to get you on all your taxes you make all over the world. I think as of yet, it is still whatever funds you bring into the country that you earn outside of Thailand is taxable. But it's not all your income. And I think they have to pass that into law. I think that has to be passed into law. I don't really know. I need to keep up on this stuff, but, excuse me. You look all over and you got all these different places, and a lot of them, they're just telling you what they heard through the news. So if the Bangkok Post puts something online and it's incorrect and they don't know it, and they're saying possibly could be, and then somebody else copies them and forgets to put possibly could be, or puts it in there, and then somebody else copies them and somebody else copies them. The next thing you know, everybody and their mother is putting stuff online and they're not even sure. They're not checking their source. So I'm a little bit, listen, when the revenue department comes out and says, you guys need to get your act together, then I'll start worrying about it. Until then, I'm not worried about it. And I don't think anybody else should worry about it until they say, yes, by all means, you're going to need to pay taxes. You need to go get your tax ID number. I haven't heard that anywhere. Anyway, whatever. All right, so I got my money. Now nobody wants to talk to me anymore. What's going on here? All right, so listen. I'm looking at some condos in Ecuador with the beach. Cost was insane, $200,000, $200 a month. Dude, you haven't been to Ecuador, right? Believe me, you don't have to pay that much. Not at all, man. That's just ridiculous. You don't have to pay that. That's what I'm going to say. You don't have to pay that. My friend there, I have a friend, he's my good friend. He moved there, and at the time, he spent about $90,000. Now, he's put about $20,000 or $30,000 into the house. He had a house built for him. It's 5 bedrooms and I think 5 bathrooms. Each bedroom is standalone and connected next to the other bedroom, and then to the other, I think one of them is a laundry room. Then there's a couple, no, maybe it's not 5. Let me see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms and 4 baths. He paid about $90,000 for the land and the house to build the house. He put about $30,000 into it, something like that. 120,000, and it's about a minute's walk from the beach. So you don't have to pay 200,000 plus 200 every month. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know what you're spending a fortune on. I think maybe your wife goes shopping a lot. You know, but I mean, you're not paying into your house. Right? You don't have to pay for that. So you just have to think about what are you spending the money on. Like me, I just go, where's my money go? Most of my money goes for food now. And I just thought to myself, you know what? It's time now. Every once in a while I get a shirt here or there, or I get a pair of pants or something like that. And I just thought, you know, I need to go out and spend like $1,000 bucks. $1,500. Get 2 pairs of shoes, a couple of shirts, a couple of pants. Then I got a new wardrobe. And I will. But, you know, I had all in good time. I get that it can be much cheaper. I just thought it was crazy that you're right on dead on the beach with a sea view. No, I understand that, but I mean, all I'm saying is you can be on the beach and you don't have to pay that much. And it's, I mean, you're talking about top, I mean, his place is immaculate. It's phenomenal what he has. He has a swimming pool, a lap pool. Like I said, it's a minute from the beach. I mean, you know, it's fantastic. So, yeah, you could pay $200,000, and I don't know about the homeowners association. I don't know why you'd have to pay that in most cases, because he doesn't pay it. I think he pays $120 a year for property taxes. Massage, weed, Leos, and waster. Yeah, I mean, if you want to spend $200K, you're going to have a place you probably don't need. You're going to have a place that's bigger than what you really need and what you really want, to be honest. I mean, his place, if I had to live in his place, my God, I don't think I could. I mean, okay, the room of the land, the space that is on the land, yeah, okay, I can have that. But I don't want 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. There's a bathroom in every room, you know. Massages, You know what I was thinking about in the next day or 2 or a couple days, I'm going to go get my feet scrubbed. I'm going to have my fingernails done. I'm going to have a little foot massage, maybe a shoulder massage. I'm going to shell out about 1,500 baht, and I'm going to go and just treat myself and sit back. Which is, I like that. I was just looking at stuff and I was surprised what I was seeing. Oh. You don't want South America. I'll be honest, I did, and I still think of Ecuador sometimes. You know, but the thing is that Thailand has done very well for itself in the past, say, 20 years, 25 years. They've really set the bar higher. Whereas before, this country was a third world country. Now it's a developing country that in some ways is even better off than the United States. And you know, the United States is like 50 times bigger. So it's hard to compare them. It's like comparing a watermelon and a lime or something, you know. As long as you keep your money in U.S. Bank and pull it out ATM and credit card, they won't tax you. That was confirmed by text on YouTube. He was interviewed by the retired work. I don't care about that. That's regarding expat time. Yeah, I mean, that's what they say. That's what they say now. And granted, I can do that. I don't have to transfer anything if I don't want. I just tell my wife, give me $1,000 and I'll transfer it to you, or we'll work something out to where you get the money. I don't have to. I don't need it. The cash is nice, But nowadays, you don't have to have that here. You don't have to have a whole lot of cash. The only thing I ever use cash for is to pay the motorbike taxes. And now you don't even have to do that with them. The motorbike taxis, most of them, they all have a QR code. Sometimes they have the QR code put in the back of their jacket. And if they don't, I mean, you know, yesterday I went into a taxi and I said to the guy, I need to transfer the money to you. Is that all right? You know, unai mai? And he goes, oh, you want to transfer? I said, yes, I don't have any cash. Okay. So then he gave me, you know, the number for his account. I transferred the money. I had a guy yesterday, he's on a motorbike. We get home, and I said, all right, so that's 70 baht. Yeah, 70 baht. He said, but wait, what is it? Let me give you I'll give you 80 baht more, and you give me 150 baht. And I went, I don't have any cash on me right now. Okay, fine. Boom, I transferred the money to him. Sometimes it works out well, you know. Wishy-washy economies. Chile's all right, though. No, I'm not gonna go live in Chile. I'm not going to go live in Chile or Argentina or Uruguay or Paraguay. I just don't want to live there. That's not going to happen. There's plenty of other places I would like to live, and I've already gone over that on this channel probably 100 times. You know, Thailand is not part of BRICS. Thailand does their own thing. And that's what people don't really realize. Thailand doesn't give a shit unless they're being incentivized. That's really all they care about. And you know, the reason I pay with my QR codes is because I got money in the bank, and I just go, all right, I'll pay with fuck. I don't have to carry any cash. But I'll tell you that I'm thinking about changing the way that I do things and only keeping a very little bit of money in the bank. And I got, you know, a stack of cash at my house, which none of you will know where it is. Be hidden behind some walls or something. You know, I mean, you think about it. If I had 1 million baht, that would easily last. I mean, that would last me for probably for 6 months to a year. So if I had that, I wouldn't need to pay through a bank account. I wouldn't have to do any of that stuff. But I like when we talk about digital and cashless because there's so many people who are vehemently against it. And you know, the thing is, oh my God, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people. They're all Chinese. Every one of them. They're probably on WeChat. Do you take WeChat here? Sid guards your cash at home. Yeah, well, Sid, we can't leave our water inside the house. We can't stack the water up inside the house because the cats will pop the water bottles. They're just terrors, man. They really are. They don't mean to, but they just start playing around. Next thing you know, there's a hole in the water bottle. Won't live in Europe, Latin America, or the U.S. Age is a saver. Some from South Florida, lived in New York City, and just got back from Paris with suck. No thanks, I'll stay in Bangkok. Wonder if some of the bar girls have QR codes. Of course! They're not stupid. Man, listen. Bar girls, when it comes to finances, they know their shit. You know, If they come in, they don't have a bank account after 3 days. They got a bank account, their phone number's hooked up, they get their line account hooked up to the BTS, they get it hooked up to pay their electric bill, their water bill, and everything. That's what I mean. You've been here for a little while, you should have your shit together. I don't mean you gotta speak perfect Thai, that's not what I mean. You should speak halfway decent Thai. You should be able to communicate with people. And you should know this is the best way. You gotta pay your electric bill, you gotta pay your water bill. Do you wanna go to the electric company every freaking month? Go walk in there and stand in line and wait for them? No! Why? For what? The only thing for foreigners is that if it's over 5,000 baht, which my electric bill is over 5,000 baht every month, you can't pay it through your line account. Your water bill, my water bill was 450 baht this month. That pisses me off. That's way too much. It used to be 150 to 200, now it's 450. It's the highest it's ever been. What is this? Swipe your card? You know, if you have the card with the little chip on it, you don't even have to swipe it. You just tap it. Boom, that's it. They have it linked on their body. Yeah, they have a little chip in the palm of their hand. They just... Oh, gosh. The one thing that really surprises me, which I know you can use Zelle in the United States, but it surprises me so much that people deposit and transfer money in Thailand here. They do that all the time. And you go back to the United States, people are not doing that nearly as often. And I just wonder why. And maybe they are now, I don't know. But the last time I was there, they weren't doing it. It wasn't that big of a deal. No, you use the card and their cards. A couple more guys with their suitcases here, walking into the mall with their suitcase. I gotta do some last minute shopping before I go to the airport. I'm gonna bring my suitcase with me. Anyway. Well, we're winding it down now, boys. I think most of us know that the thing is the digital payments are here to stay. The cashless payments are here to stay. I honestly do wish that if they had if you had Bitcoin, and I know that some places probably do. If you had Bitcoin, you have a card and you use it just like a credit card. That's how you pay for it. Now that would alleviate some of the problems. You can have them, Dowlow, okay? You can have them. Good for you. All right? You can have them. And I'll tell you something else. One of the reasons why you don't want to go to tourist places is because there's too many people. And you know what? A lot of them are Chinese, Russians, Indians, Malaysians. I don't want to be around all those people. I don't mean them in particular, but you got different nationalities and they're all standing there and they're all trying to, oh, let me look at that. Oh, let me look at that. Oh, let me look at that over there. I don't want that. You know, just, oh, is this it? Yeah, there's 4 more Chinese right here. Check this out. There we go. You know, I like going to those tourist destinations. I was surprised that I was looking around online at all these, little hidden gems and places that are unknown destinations. And most of them, I'm like, listen, Chatuchak is not an unknown destination. That's ridiculous. Chatuchak and, I don't know, fucking Sky Bar. Those are not unknown destinations. People know about these places. What's with the picture of Mr. Wang? It's a parking lot. How's the healthcare system? You'll hear it. Topic might have been discussed before. Well, if you've done any research, a quick look would show you that Thailand is top notch when it comes to their healthcare. The only thing is the prices are starting to go up a bit to where it's not like it used to be when you walked into a place and for, $10, $15, everything was taken care of. Now, it's a little different. It's a little more expensive, but it depends on where you go. There are some guys who never go to a private hospital, and they get lower prices. Yeah, and I think about, do I want to go to Chinatown again? Every couple of months I start going, I kind of miss Chinatown. I want to go down there. But you know what? I like going down early in the morning, because then by the time I get everything that I want to do done, it's 11 or 12 o'clock and people are just starting to flood the place and it's just starting to get busy, and I'm out the door. I'm gone. I asked one Chinese tourist in Thailand, what's Wong? He said, how you know my name? Which your name is Wong. Shopping among mainlanders is like shopping on Black Friday every day. I don't even give a shit about Black Friday, to be honest. I never do. I don't really care. If I want to buy something, I'm going to buy it when I want to buy it. If it's on Black Friday and it happens to be, I get 30% off, hey. If it doesn't, oh well. There are many young Russian families in my condo. Yeah, well, I haven't had any problems really with Russians, Indians, Chinese. I haven't had any serious issues. I mean, honestly. It's I keep to myself. I don't want to start any problems with anybody. I'm not starting shit with anything. And that's how I like to keep it. What did I do here? Yes, Joe Ford, where are you? That's right, John Tien. Hey, man, go to that coffee thing today. Across the street from Hard Rock Cafe. They're in, in John Tien and in Pattaya. There's always the Russians. There's always the Indians, there's always the Chinese, there's always Koreans, Japanese, Malaysians, but they don't, most of the time they don't bother anybody. Hi, Andy, how you doing? What's happening? What's happening, Andy? You still in Oz? I was thinking a trip up to Saray today. Okay. I've not seen very many foreigners in here other than Chinese. What's going on here? Even Bolt drivers try to scam you. One driver said $250 baht toll to the airport. Want to start an export business? See an awful lot of cool stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Thai people are selling for cheap stuff that would sell for 6 times here. All right, Jim, you take it easy. Hope you enjoyed your time on the pool. Thanks for coming in, as always. No, I don't want to start an export business. Not at all. I wouldn't, I've already done that. I have done that in the past. And I did make some pretty good money. But now, I don't want to get involved with that. Why? Why do I need to? I don't need to. It's definitely not what I want to do, though. I don't want to have to worry about, I got to ship this, and so-and-so's supposed to send the money, and then I'll ship it out, and who knows how are we going to ship it this time. Yeah, I just don't want to deal with that. 154 baht to Bang Saray from Jomtien with Bull. QR codes are everywhere now for payments. Yes, they are, Andy. Some people look at them as a convenience, and other people look at it as like, you got to be careful because the government might track you and they might know everything you're doing. I'm like, they know everything. Anything they want to know, they know about me already. And if they want to know more, they're going to find out. So that's why I don't worry about it too much. Had a long shot with Johnny Siam last night. He's just back. Johnny is? I know you don't. You can't take me too serious. Well, no, even if you were serious, it doesn't really matter. How's Johnny doing? Here's Johnny. Haven't talked to him in a while. Are there many hotels around where you live? Me? There's a few. Yeah, there's a few. Not many. Joe Ford sounds reasonable. That is very reasonable. There's a couple on Ramkhameng Road. There's a couple hotels on Ramkhameng Road near me. There's there's one right down the street. It's inside of what the hell's the name of it? Pantip Bangkapi. There's a hotel right on the inside there. My mother stayed there many years ago. She stayed there in that hotel. It was really nice. I couldn't believe it. It was like 3 bedrooms, a kitchen, a big living room, and it was great. It served her well. Just got off the phone talking to Johnny. All right, I'm getting tired. Got to start my day out now. Supposedly I'm awake now. 10:42. I've got to go to the market. I've got to go to the grocery store. And I don't know, I got to do something for my kids. I can't remember what it is, but my wife told me to do it. My wife gave me orders to do something for the kids. But it's not cooked because they got plenty of food in the refrigerator, so I don't have to worry about it, which is great. They got all kinds of meals in the refrigerator. Maybe I need to get something to eat. Maybe I'm going to eat something from Minato. I don't know. It's a little bit early. A little bit early to eat. I was the Gunman restaurant in Western Bangkok. Everyone eating pork steaks. No, not really. It's one of the condiments that is used here. I mean, you know, generally we have, like now we have ketchup at home. We have some mustard. I like mayonnaise, honestly. But no, that's not something that everybody uses and lathers everything up with their tomato sauce. It just doesn't happen. Maybe the foreigners do, I don't know. But the Thais, some of them use it, some of them don't, you know. I could go for some scallops is what I could really go for. Scallop sounds good. I think I might get some today. Yes, indeed. No fights on today. I mean, you know, some of them do. They use it definitely. I mean, they have there's plenty of ketchup here. But I don't see them using it as much as Western people. You know, generally, I don't see that. I mean, you know, to be honest, I kind of stay away from that if I can. The only reason, like sometimes I tell my kids, oh, I cooked this a little too long. Maybe put a little barbecue sauce on there. It'll taste better, you know, and hopefully things work out. But no, you know, I mean, they have it out here. It's, you know, do you need the seafood buffets? Do you eat the seafood? But no, I don't eat buffets, man. What do I want to eat buffets for? Jesus Christ. I told you about the one that I ate. Now it's been about 2 weeks. It's a little more than 2 weeks ago. A little more than 2 weeks ago. It was about $50 for one person. Normally from, how much was it? $2,800. It was about $80 normally. But because we had 12 people, it was $50. And, you know, I had fish, I had everything that I wanted. I got everything I wanted, and, you know, they had all kinds of good stuff. But at the end, what I look at it like is I just go, you know, I don't really want to eat this kind of food. That's what it comes down to. I know some people, they go to a restaurant, and they just go, oh, I'm going to go there because, you know, we've already paid for it. It's going to be a great meal. I'm going to have it. And so I just go, I don't have to do that. I eat whatever I want, whenever I want. Listen, my refrigerators are full. I got about 20 hamburgers, like big, thick hamburger patties in there. We got chicken, we got brisket, we got, I got some squid. We got pork chops. We got everything, man. Yeah, I don't, you know, sometimes I get those prawns. They had a special the other day. It was, they had some for 300 baht, and it was like 2 packages of them, and they were really good. But I'm not going to buy that again. Thais don't seem to use a lot of tomato ketchup except on their fries. The mayonnaise is better. Is this buffets that has grill thing at the table? Sad about the people that died drinking methanol. Yeah, it is. Hopefully it'll prevent people from doing that again in the future. What was I looking at here? You're talking about something like, MK Suki or Sukiyaki place, or like what the hell's the word that I'm trying to think of? Not Oishi. I can't even remember the name of it now. I haven't been there in a while, but yeah, they have a thing in the center, and you can put a bunch of meat on it and grill the meat up, and then you eat all your food. They have them just for beef, where you can just put beef on there, and you just have beef. Then they have the ones where you can put anything on there, and my wife likes to go to those. And I tell her, I say, you do yourself a disservice all the time to go to buffets and to go out with your friends, because generally it's a waste. Unless you ain't paying for it. But even if you're not, then it's like, what do you really got to go there for? I mean, really, to me, it's about rethinking what you want to eat. That's really what it is. I don't have to eat all that shit. I get enough food, and it's nice to go out to dinner, of course. But I used to get the scallops in Fuji, of all places, which Fuji is okay. I don't go there very often. But they had these scallops back a while ago. These scallops were fantastic. And they were like 499 baht for like 2 of them or 3 of them. And you know what? I would go there just to eat that. I'd have that, I'd have a drink. Maybe I'd had a little sushi on the side, and that was it. I didn't need to go there and stuff myself. That's why, what's his name, Tom, he always goes, oh, let's go out to eat steak at Sizzler. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, I don't want to go there, dude. What are you going to go there for? Mukata, but there's that other thing. What is this here? I can't even read right now. Color buffets where you have the grill at the table, Korean buffets here in the U.S. They become somewhat big here, maybe 15 years ago. Well, all that stuff is big here, but again, not to downplay it, but like sometimes I don't know, it's just not it's not real important. Jesus Christ. Let me see this here. Off, out, now, see. Okay, Joe, take it easy. Good morning. I'm surprised to see the Cheesecake Factory open in Bangkok. Well, I think it's been there for a while. No, it opened up It opened up, I think, about 2 years ago. And actually, Mr. Billy said to me, I'll buy you a cheesecake if you come over here. And I was like, what do I care about that for? I actually said it to him, no, I don't really want to go there. Just have a piece of cheesecake. And I love cheesecake. But I didn't go there because I didn't want to have a piece of cheesecake. We used to go to MK's all the time. There you cook your own food. Yeah, I can't remember all the names of them. I mean, Jesus Christ, I've been to like 20 of them, man. You know, they got that, what is it, the beef? Shit, what the hell is it called? God damn it, I don't remember what it's called. Wagyu, Yakinu, Ken, no, that's not it. Best Beef. We used to go to Best Beef. We went several times there to Best Beef. Billy and Jono and myself, my wife, we've all went there. We've all done it. And you know, you go there once or twice and you go, oh wow, this is really good. And then after you just go, I don't want to go back there. And honestly, that's what I've done with these places. I'd rather go, like, if I want to go somewhere, I'm going to go to Minato, and I'm going to say, what do I want from this? I'm going to pick out, like, 1 or 2 really good dishes, and I'm just going to sit there and munch on that, and by the time I'm done, I'm done. And today, maybe I'll go and have some ramen noodles. That's it. Cops are going to bars now around tourist areas to check all the bars and lounges, but late. Can't blame them. Can't really blame them. You know, they don't want it to happen again. I mean, you know. That's another lifer at the grocery store. Been there for years. Some of these people have been there for years. I mean, I go up and you got somebody working at cash register and she's like, she knows my name. You know. Dowlo. Anyway, listen. We're about done. I got 4 minutes left here. That's it. It's time to go. Time to say goodbye. And I think that probably what I'm going to start doing is I'm just going to make the streams for members only. I think. I got to think about it a little bit more. But I think that's what I'm going to do. You know. I don't know, really. I really don't know. I haven't thought of it. It's a little bit too early right now to be eating. I don't want to eat this early. Usually I eat around 2 o'clock. So I don't know. I'm going to have to go and do some shopping, and then when I come back... Do we need another tax ID number? Why? Why do you need a tax ID number? Did anybody tell you to come get a tax ID number? Did anybody say, hey, listen, all you guys are going to have to get your tax ID number straightened out? No, nobody said that. Nobody from the Thai government said that. I keep waiting to find out when they're going to say, all foreigners, this is an alert, be aware, you're going to have to come get your Thai ID card. When they say that, then I'm like, okay, now I guess I better do it. Most enjoyable stream. Oh, most indubitably. Most indubitably. Thank you very much, Dowlo. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't like paying taxes. I like to avoid taxes whenever it's possible. But if I have to pay, well, you know, unfortunately, if there's no way around it, then I'll just pay. But right now, it doesn't seem like, you know, anybody who really knows anything from the revenue department has said, hey, foreigners, come out, you got to pay all your taxes, come and get your tax ID card. And if they give me a hard time in another 6 months or a year, I'll go, okay, well, give me my tax ID number, my ID number, my tax ID number. And when I figure out my taxes, if I owe any money, I'll pay whatever the interest is on it. That's all, because it's not going to be that much. Thanks, Scott. Most enjoyable stream today. Keep your streams open, everyone. Nothing like diversity. Listen, I don't care about diversity. Honestly, do I care about diversity? No, not really. I don't think we need to all be, what is it, DEI? No, we don't need that. I agree, don't make them subscribers only. Maybe make that chat subscribers only. Sure, I can understand that. Wait a minute. Maybe make the chat subscribers only. I would like to do that. I don't know. I have to think about it. We'll see what happens. I don't know. If I made chat only, we'd probably have 3 or 4 people in here. Maybe we'd have 5 or 10. And that's it. I don't mind doing it while it's live. It's that when it's done and it's not live anymore, there has to be something else just for the members, not just videos every once in a great while, which I don't, you know, I don't know. I got to think about it. Yeah, pay-per-view. Oh, yeah. You know what they're charging for UFC fights nowadays? $80. $79.95. Too damn much. I don't think it's quite that simple. The system only allows certain things to be done, and you know what you're talking about. Yeah, you can't do that. So anyway, all right. Listen, that is the end. We're done. It's over. We're all done. What happened to my thing here? All right. Later, Andy. Take it easy. Like I said, I have to look at it. I have to think. I understand that, but I have to think about it a little bit, and I have to figure some things out. Think about it myself, you know. And to be honest, I have my reasons. So, anyway, Dallo, nice to see you, of course. I always wear my uniform to these live streams. Wake up, Chowderhead. There you go, baby. Bar Girl Lives Matter. All the important stuff. All right, I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys later. My name's Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok, Bangkapi, until Thursday. What's Thursday? Thanksgiving. I will see you then, all right? I gotta whittle this down, chisel it. You know, I don't want to do the, and that's a Trump dance, I think. Anyway, all right, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later.